Coming up on UT 10 News, a Nobel Prize-winning author was on campus.
And we may get a break at the pump this summer.
Plus, Jocelyn Cruz has highlights from what was not your typical game of football. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us for the last show of the semester. I'm Elise Chingari.
And I'm Brittany Jackson. President Jacobs' office released a letter on Friday announcing massive layoffs across all UT campuses.
And the number of layoffs have not been released, but is expected to be announced this week.
And in other news, the Independent Collegian is feeling some heat.
A recent edition of the paper showed explicit photos and graphics. Here's David Gonzalez with more.
The April 20th edition of the Independent Collegian caused some controversy over its Arts and Life section. It had graphic pictures and detailed information about sex toys and how they are becoming more green to help the environment. Also in the section was information about bisexuals and its very challenging lifestyle. Siobhan Harris, the editor of the Arts and Life section and author of the edition, says she sees nothing wrong with the material.
I mean, there were pictures of, eco-friendly sex toys. And I mean, for any article, you want to have visual, you want to have artwork, so people, this is what it is.
Some students couldn't believe to see the pictures and the articles in the Collegian.
It was really shocking to me. I didn't really expect to open up the Collegian and see a picture of a sex toy.
The Independent Collegian is standing by their decision for the articles. For UT 10 News, I'm David Gonzalez.
Thanks, David. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Toni Morrison was on campus this past weekend. Morrison was the keynote speaker of the Edward Shapiro Distinguished Lecture Series. The author, known for transforming the world through language, spoke at Savage Arena on Friday. Her presentation focused on the past, playing a major role in the present and informing the future.
It's virtually impossible to understand, negotiate, and control your present without at least some knowledge of what has gone on before.
She was the first black woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Morrison received a standing ovation, followed by a ceremony where she was honored with gifts. Students are getting a taste of the Far East right here on campus. In honor of Asian American Heritage Month, UT is displaying Chinese art by local artists. Most of the artwork in the Far East at Home exhibit was created by members of the Chinese Association of Greater Toledo. The display contains a variety of work, including paintings, watercolors, and photographs. The event is free and can be viewed Monday through Friday at the Student Union in room 2500 until July 31st.
Last summer, students paid over $4 a gallon for gas.
Reporter Rachel Cradfield tells us why gas prices are not expected to be as high this summer.
Gas prices right now are $2 less than they were back in July of 2008. With oil companies cutting production and the low demand for oil and gas, the prices at the pump will remain low in the next few months. With more affordable prices, AAA expects that the number of people on the roads will rise. At the moment, the price for a gallon of gas should not be over $3 around the U.S. in the next couple of months. The U.S. Department of Transportation says that prices may rise just a bit during Memorial Day and the 4th of July, but all different types of businesses will get more money with more travelers on the road.
Hopefully with lower gas prices, students should be able to get around without losing their money. For UT 10 News, I'm Rachel Cradfield.
Thanks, Rachel. Doing a good deed could earn you some extra cash. Starting next fall, UT's Safety Awareness Committee will be giving out Lifesaver Awards. If a student finds an iPod, cell phone, or wallet and turns it in, instead of keeping it, they can receive an award.
We are going to do a certificate for the person who did the good deed, and then we're looking to hopefully have a small gift certificate to some place on campus that they would get, like a $5 gift certificate to say thanks.
Students can return items to the front desk of any dorm.
Stick around. We'll be back with Jocelyn Cruz and Your Rocket Sports in 30.
Welcome back. I'm Jocelyn Cruz, and this is your UT10 Sports. The Toledo Crash played the Rockets in a game of wheelchair football on Sunday. This is the 5th year the event has been held by the nonprofit organization, the Ability Center of Greater Toledo. 4 seconds before halftime, UT player Bo Brzezinski scores. Toledo Crash down 7. During the second half, the lead bounces back and forth between the two teams, but UT Rockets defeat the Toledo Crash 70-58. UT football alumni and Ability Center Youth Program Coordinator Marty Stevens talks about the impact of this event on the Crash athletes.
The Ability Center, we try to collaborate with UT as far as doing wheelchair football, just to give the experience of people in wheelchairs actually getting to play a sport that they actually possibly couldn't play physically on 2 feet.
After all this football talk, I decided to take it into my own hands and see if I could maybe be the next Reggie Bush. Here's Coach Alex Golish to tell you more about it.
The clinic is on Friday, May 29th. It's at 6 o'clock. Registration and the tailgate starts at 5. Second point is your forearm. Third point is your elbow. Fourth point is the top of your chest. You're going to plant. You're going to come to the other cone, plant off your outside foot. It's got to be quicker than that now. You can't run with your hands on your hips. Set, hit. Turn around, catch the ball, and then turn and run.
Oh!
Catch and run. Nice job, high and tight. There you go. Widen out just a little bit. Give you some power. Set, hit. Set, hit. There you go. Touchdown.
It looks like you took a really hard hit.
Yeah, it was a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
We'll be back in a moment with more UT10 news.
Your UT bookstore wants to provide you with a wide selection of used textbooks for next semester. To do this, we need our campus community's cooperation. Faculty must commit to reusing a textbook as soon as possible. We encourage students to sell their used books back. Students will receive 50% of the original sale price for books being reused next semester.
The more used books, the more money you'll save next semester. Together, we can make lower textbook prices a reality.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a physically challenged student?
Reporter Andrew McCarthy spent a day with a visually impaired sophomore.
UT has been a home for Robbie Spangler for about 2 years. Spangler is blind, but that does not stop him from reaching his goals. He's majoring in political science and works hard to be treated the same.
We should be trained to navigate an environment. The environment should not be changed for us.
He walks around campus alone, enjoying UT's beauty.
You hear birds chirping, it's really nice out, it's warm, and then the bell tower goes off. Doesn't that just sound nice?
Robbie hopes his sister joins UT too. She's blind, and he thinks UT's campus is blind accessible. Robbie's been living on campus for 2 years. He lived in Parks Tower and International House. Now he decides to move to a house off campus. For UT10 News, I'm Andrew McCarthy.
That's it for UT10 News this semester. Thanks for joining us. But before we say goodbye for the summer, we would like to congratulate our graduating singers. Reporters Jenner Linto, Pat Nowacki, Jamie Ginter, Hillary Porter, and Elise Chingari.
As well as directors Chris Sitterlet, Greg Smith, Meredith Kincaid on video, and producer Keisha Blanton. For Brittany Jackson, Jocelyn Cruz, and all of our crew, I'm Elise Chingari. Have a great summer and tune in for more news from the UT campus beginning in September.
Fade.